thanks for staying with us. We begin the segment with an emotional story of survival, rescue, and international reaction. 12 Nigerian miners have returned home from the Central African Republic. After months of hardship, the men say they were held in harsh conditions, denied their salaries, and even sexually abused by their Chinese employers. Their ordeal, which came to light after a viral video appeal, prompted swift intervention from the federal government. The workers, now back in Nigeria, visited the Nigerian in Diaspora Commission in Abuja to share their painful experiences and thank the authorities for securing their release. But the story has taken a new turn. The Chinese embassy in Nigeria has responded cautiously to the allegations, saying it attaches great importance to the matter. The embassy pledged to launch an investigation while stressing that Chinese citizens abroad are expected to obey the laws of their host countries. As the rescued miners seek justice, both governments say due process will guide the next steps. Joining us from our Abuja studios to discuss this is Mr. Rotimi Kukpolui, one of the returnees, and Ngorigo Freeborn, also a returnee. You can join the conversation 02163-52013, 090-241-63440. You can also tweet to us on X. We'll be happy to read your comments. Let me start with Mr. Rotimi Kukpolui. Thanks for joining us, Mr. Rotimi. Can you hear me, Mr. Kukpolui? Hello, sir. Can you hear me? Mr. Kukpolui, can you hear me? Okay, while we're trying to get him to connect, you read the stories. I mean, this is quite an experience. I mean, when I saw that they were sexually abused, and also the fact that they were not paid. They've been there for 20 months, and I think 11 months' salary. What are your thoughts on this? Because we hear of how Nigerians are treated abroad.
No, so these are contractors. You know, they are what you call expatriates in the CAR, in the Central African Republic, and in their contract, certain rules must be, you know, well spelled out. I think that before, we are grateful that, you know, our nation can look into it. But before every Nigerian tries to leave this country for any kind of job, please have your contract clean and well spelled out. And make sure that the country is a country where their laws are enforceable. For some Middle Eastern countries that you cannot even get any human rights because you're black, they are racist. I don't want to come and mention some of them. You know, you have a contract and you get there and you'll be given a different contract. You have your passport taken. All of those things are, you know, gray areas that once you see them, just leave it. These are contractors who have gone to the Central African Republic to work for so-called Chinese company now, allegedly, and they were variously in different ways abused, from sexual abuse to, you know, being denied their salary, their commission after work for months and months, and they had to wait and be used. This is a sort of form of slavery. What I would like to see is that, you know, they enforce the rights under their labor laws. If they don't have in the CAR, they are Nigerians, they can sue them. So there will be jurisdiction here because they are from here. Sue them in your own country under your own labor rules, where you sign the contract with them. Sue the representative of the companies and get your compensation for what you need to do.
It's painful in Africa. You think that an African will be protected in Africa more than
no. So they are employed by a Chinese firm, and obviously maybe that firm is run by Chinese themselves. But you know the question for me is, how is it that foreigners can come into our country, our continent, and get away with such, you know, behavior? Why do they feel comfortable that they can do that and still get away with it? And so for us, it's for Africans to sit up. Don't stop treating your country and your continent and your people as if they don't matter. That somebody comes from another country with different skin color don't just automatically make the person better than you. I don't even understand it. Be very protective of your people. You know, I can also call out those who have, for different reasons, been a part of some of these projects or firms, because these firms will come in. They don't go through the normal route of getting you to work for them. They pay you pittance, really, you know, because they have not followed the proper way to get proper workers. And I know Nigeria will say, and people are suffering, there's no job anywhere, so we'll take anything. But it's important that you do it the right way, because people like this are just out to take advantage of you. And if you think about that first, you know, when you finally apply for jobs like this or be part of projects like this, if you know that, you know, your safety is important to you, your survival is important to you, you just make sure that it's done the right way. As Nima said earlier, you need to sign the proper contracts. You need to read through your contracts. Okay. You need to be a part of an organization, if you are going to be miners, that a union that can protect you, okay, you have a call, that can protect you when you find yourselves in issues like this.
So I'm told that Igorigo is available to speak to us. Good morning, Igorigo. You there?
Good morning, Nigerians.
Thank you for joining us. So, I mean, the ladies have said that...
Thank you for hosting.
Yes, in this kind of situation, you know, let us start from the beginning, because we'd expect that a proper contract was signed with your employers of benefits and expectations on the part of the employer. Could you give us an idea of how you got the job, how you arrived in CAR, and what led to this condition you found yourself in?
On May 2022, I was employed by the Chinese company. Can you hear me clearly?
Very clearly. Go ahead, please.
Yes. Now, I was given I was employed as an engineer. Then, I was working for them for the space of 3 months. Then I was stopped. That was here in Abuja, at a place called Kutasa, the outskirts of Kuje. Okay. So when I was stopped, I returned back to Lagos. Then I was called back to go to Ife, in Oyo State. Since that time, I've been called back to go to Ife. I've been working with them, repairing their excavator. I don't know if you can show the image of an excavator so people can understand it.
We get it.
Because when people hear excavator machine, they just think it's a small machine that you can just keep in your home appliances. If you can display the image of an excavator, check the size. People that are into mining will know the size of an excavator. Okay. So that's what I've been working on for the company for the space of almost 1.5 years. Okay. Then they now gave me a transfer to Cameroon legally. I didn't enter the country of Cameroon illegally. We went to Cameroon January 2024. Me and some of our colleagues in the same company, in the name of Mr. Rotimi, also returning from Central Africa. And we worked there from January to September when the mining in Cameroon was suspended. Okay. From there, we were given directives to go to Central Africa because the company partnered with another company in Central Africa to continue the gold mining. And we also were given all the necessary documents to enter into Central Africa. So we did not enter Central Africa illegally. Okay. And by saying that when we enter into the contract that we didn't sign the necessary document, you should know that when you are given a transfer, even if you are a broadcaster and you are given assignment to go and host a program in UK, you will not say no. Yes. So it is not in our own directive to say no to a transfer. Okay. So we went to Central Africa, and when we got there, things escalated. Those things that we were promised, the benefits, the overtime, and the human resources that we were promised, that if we go there we are going to enjoy, we did not enjoy it. So, but we bear with the company because our relationship with the company has been very okay. We have not had tensions between us before, so we're doing our due diligence. For some reason, the community where we were based, because the equipment they were going to use in Central Africa was delayed for some months, we were arrested by the Gendarmerie. Gendarmerie is like the intelligence agency of Central Africa, just like your normal mobile police or your CID in Nigeria here. So the reason why we were arrested because they were, when you know such a job, such a project required a lot of hands, they recruited more workers, plus the 3 of us that were first taken to Gendarmerie. So when we were in a community for over a month, we were not doing anything. The community reported us to the Gendarmerie. They came by 4 o'clock and took us to their police station. From their police station, they took us to their prison cells, where we stayed for 16 days. Then the company through their partner in Central Africa, in the name of Mr. Amos, came and bailed us when the Nigerian embassy over there got the news that some of Nigerians are being held in jails.
Okay.
So from there, they took us to the forest where we worked tirelessly, sometimes 24 hours, without any kind of good working condition. You know, every mining site is located inside interior forest, and this very one was a virgin land. So we have to construct a road of almost more than 10 kilometers, or more than that, over 20 kilometers. And during the construction of that road, we were cutting down wood and making the road measurable for trucks to move in their equipment and everything. Anywhere we stopped along the road is where we sleep, not under a roof, not when it is raining at night. The rain will be on top of us. We walk during the day. In the night, we sleep inside the woods. But without mincing word, there were soldiers that were accompanying us along that journey because the place was a dangerous terrain. All this we endured, hoping that when we go to the mining sites, we will be protected, we will be provided for, and we will be taken care of. And all the promises that they gave to us will be fulfilled. But unfortunately, when we get there, you know, all this while there were no Chinese engineers to coming with us. I was the only one that was repairing the machine. If it breaks down, the manager was taking his own role. In the name of Mr. Rotimi, was coordinating every inch and aspect of the project till we get to that place. Until we now get to that place where they can provide a space for Chinese to live. Then that is when these things started getting changed. First of all, they prepared a very comfortable environment for the Chinese to sleep, a good building, or at least with a bed, with a mosquito net, with a fan. They provided a kitchen for them. They provided even a freezer for them. Then when it comes to time of constructing our own building, they just made a shack. We have the video. I have the video evidence of where we are sleeping. I personally killed snake 2 times where I'm lying down on the floor. We are cramped together. Some of us even try to make construct a little shabby looking bed for themselves because it was getting dangerous to sleep on the floor. Then the shack that we constructed, they didn't even include a door for protection against whether a wild animal or dangerous intervention. So our properties that we even took there was not protected because there was no door. But we still endured. Then the issue of feeding, they were giving us allowances to feed. And they promised that immediately production starts, they are going to pay us. Consequently, even for the month that we have stayed, that we entered Central Africa, they promised to pay us because we entered Central Africa September. So we said we continue, we put on more effort.
Okay,
some of us will work 24 hours just to make sure that the project is work successful.
I have to pause you for a second.
All of a sudden,
hello, Mr. Igorigo. I have to pause you for a second.
Okay, I can hear you.
I have a commercial break. When we come back, we continue with you. Sorry about that. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. We still have one of the returnees from the Central African Republic, Mr. Igorigo Freeborn. So, you still there? So, you were telling us before the break, you know, about how your properties, everything was left and unattended. Because of time, I'd like to get to the part where your freedom was infringed upon by these your employers. So tell us a bit about that.
Okay. Thank you very much. But to set the record straight, please, you can see these documents. These are documents of invitation. Can you hear me clearly?
Yes.
So, and we have video and audio evidence before this video or before the video was released. In case there are people who want to comment that what are we looking for up and down, we didn't stay in our country. My answer to them is this. If you are working with TVC and TVC tell you to go and cover a story in Cameroon, will you say no by your boss your boss? So please, let everybody be clear on what their comment is.
Okay.
We did not enter the country illegally. We did not run away from our fatherland because we think it is bad.
So did you report to your boss? Was there any way to report to somebody based on the conditions you found yourself in the bush?
So now this is the document of the invitation. So now let me tell you about our abandonment. As the work progresses, they denied our salary, just as I was saying before. Then when it got to a particular time, after like 5 months or 6, yes, particularly 7 months, that was a March, they paid some of us half salary, they paid some of us full salary. Then we continue to work. They said we should have patience. Then we continue to do the work. Then at a particular time, if you enter a country, they must stamp visa for you. So when our visa expired, they retrieve our passport from us. We willingly give it to them, so that they can take it to the capital city to go and stamp. Can you still hear me, please?
Yes, clearly.
That is where the issue of abandonment came in. So when they took the passport away, we continued working, and after 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 month, 2 months, we now demanded for our passport, because in that very country, their law is very, very strict. It is not like here in Nigeria, where everybody can walk around without their national ID card and they feel free because they feel they are secure. In other countries, if you go around without your national ID card, you will be arrested and thrown into the prison. So we started telling them to return our passport, so that let it be with us. In case mining inspectors or immigration come to the site, we make all this recording occurs, we have the evidence there. So we continue to endure. Even we have the video of the water that we are drinking, pond water filled with different type of dirty. We continue to endure. What led to this video was that by June 13, the work stopped. They said they are going to stop the mining. And on that very day they stopped the job, they evacuated 4 Chinese. Can you hear me clearly?
Yes.
When they evacuated 4 Chinese, we were now concerned that you are evacuating Chinese and you are leaving us here. They said, no, there are 2 Chinese left behind. I went to the commandant of the Central African military that were protecting, serving as a security. And I said, please don't let them take these 2 Chinese away. If you take them away, the company will abandon us, because there are no more Chinese here for them to cater. So before we can even wait longer, they took another Chinese away. On the day they wanted to evacuate that Chinese, some of us protested that we must follow the vehicle that came for that Chinese, and we were threatened by gun. The way soldiers reacted to any kind of confrontation. So we have to step back to avoid any kind of harm to us. Yeah. So we waited for some time, and that time I now consulted with Mr. Rotimi, our supervisor, also managing the site, that we are going to do video, because our situation now is becoming so unhealthy for us. If we don't let our people in Nigeria know what we are facing, we may be abandoned here, and we may be cut off. So he said we should wait. That he's going to contact our employer in the name of Mr. Yang and Mr. Wu, who were no longer in that working site. Mr. Yang is based in Nigeria here. Mr. Wu has visited the working camp up to like 3 to 4 times. So he contacted them. As at that time, Mr. Wu was in Bangui, the capital city. He contacted him and said, what is the reply? He said, we should wait. Okay, we waited. At a particular point, he now sent a message to Mr. Julius that they are going to bring the passport, that anybody that wants to leave, he should leave. We waited again. And I said, this thing is going to end badly for us if we don't leave here on time, because some of the soldiers have started leaving the camp since there is no more work for them and they are not being paid. I went to the commander, said, we are going to do videos to send to our family for safekeeping. In case they don't hear from us again in 2 or 3 weeks, they should release it to Nigeria to know that there are some people that have been stranded in Central Africa. Okay. He said I should wait. He's going to contact Mr. Amos, the Central Africa partner to the company. I said to explain the implication to him. I waited again. I went to Mr. Rotimi, the manager. I have told the man, told you once or twice, and you calm us down. Mr.
Igorigo, I know you have. Mr. Igorigo, can you hear me? Igorigo, because of time, I want to know exactly at what point did the Nigerian embassy get involved? Because we have very little time left on the show. At what point did they come to rescue you? How exactly did that come?
Now, when we now do the video now, we kept the video now went viral, because when we sent the video to our family tried to contact Mr. Ademola, that's Mr. Ademola, to confirm how the situation is. But I think he handled the situation carelessly. I think he gave them rest of mind that he explained to them. they wouldn't have released the video. None of us in the site released the video. It was our families that contacted Mr. Ademola that released the video. Okay. And that is when the government saw the video, and by the quick response of the federal government and under the leadership of His Excellency, our ultimate president, in the view of xxual Bola Ahmed Tinubu, our great president, he now commissioned the Minister for Foreign Affairs to look into the matter, and they now consulted the Nigerian ambassador to Central Africa. So they now work tirelessly to make sure we rescue from the forest there. That is just
okay. Sure, no, Nima had a question. Okay. Let me go on a very short break because we heard that there was an issue of sexual abuse. Yeah, I'd like to ask that after the break, please. Let's go on a very short.
Okay.
We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your view will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. Nima had a question for the guest.
Sorry, Mr.
Igorigo, are you still there?
I'm still here.
Okay, so we read somewhere, we read about sexual abuse by your employers. Can you elaborate what happened and what kind of form of sexual abuse was it?
Okay, let me explain it to you. One of the Chinese, can you hear me clearly?
Yes, we can.
Yes, one of the Chinese, one of our colleagues that was working and assisting with their kitchen, preparing food for them, came to us one day and said, this is what this Chinese is doing to him. I said, okay, what is he doing? And he told it to all of us that he said he cannot bathe himself. So he will go naked and that young man will be bathing him. I said, well, that was not too bad. Until he now come back next time and said, this Chinese wants me to put my hand in his private parts, rub it and till he releases. We said, well, that is very, very wrong. We now said, well, these people now, where we are now, we cannot protest such an issue. You should just tell him that you cannot do it. So all of a sudden, the Chinese started victimizing the guy. Later, the guy was put off the work. The guy was taken to Bangui to go and work. He too has not been paid. They employed a chef who was also working. Then he did the same thing to that chef, that the chef will be bathing him, that he cannot bathe himself. So he will go naked in the bathroom and tell the chef, that the person that is preparing their food, to bathe him and wash even his scrotum and every other thing that I cannot say on air. So he now got to a point, he came, I said, why is this man saying I should be touching his private part and hold it till he come? I told him, now, why don't you report these issues to our manager? That's when we called the attention of one of our supervisors, and we explained to him that this is what is going on now. As we were relating, as that one now was now explaining it to every one of us, the third person now come and said, he asked him to do the same thing. That's the reason why he sent him away from the building, that tell him to go to start working with us on the working site.
All right, Mr. Igorigo.
You get my point?
Yes, I get the point. Let me get another question for you.
Yes, I was just going to find out, at what point were you rescued?
Yes, we were rescued.
So after the videos had gone viral.
After the video has gone viral, you understand? After the video has gone viral, we now received a call from the owner of the company telling the one of the supervisors to tell me that I should go on air and go make another video and deny that, tell the world that what I'm saying is not so. And I said, why should I say so? All the things I said in the video are true. And I said, if I can recount it, that they are going to rescue us. And I told the supervisor, which in the name of Julius, that if he wants me to do another video, why don't they take us away from that bush first and get us to Bangui? From Bangui to Nigeria, then whatever you want me to say, then we will now discuss it. You will be there. He now said, no, I should just make that video that night, so that because they want to deport them from Nigeria. I said, I'm not buying that. When you rescued 6 of your Chinese, all this, there was no problem. How come rescuing us now demand us recanting what we said to rescue our life? That we should recant it, that it's not true. So after some days, when that video have gone viral, a vehicle come and he come and took us from that very place, and we were, I think, 15 on top of that portable truck. And along the way, we spent 3 days on the road, inside the because the vehicle was very bad. So that was how we were rescued. And at a particular point, they still tried to sabotage our rescue to the embassy. They tried to silence us by taking us to the prison. But I was smart. When they said they should, when they went to confiscate our phone, I had one of the phone which I used to contact the embassy member that we have been taken to prison. So as we got to the prison, the embassy were waiting for us there. So they didn't allow us. They didn't actually lock us the second time into the prison. The second day, the ambassador came and rescued us and took us to the embassy. That is how we were rescued to the to Bangui. Then we spent 2 weeks. I think 2 weeks. Okay, talk. Say something. I
said that's very good news. Of course, we're running out of time, but that's very good news to know that the Nigerian embassy came to your rescue and was able. But the truth is that there has to be some kind of persecution. I'm hoping that indeed the company in Nigeria is queried or they are persecuted for this, because there has to be a proper explanation. So what has NIDCOM done so far? I know you saw the NIDCOM chairman.
Okay. The NIDCOM chairman, that is the Nigerian Mining Authority?
No, the Diaspora Commission.
Hello?
Madam Abike Dabiri
I can't hear you. Yes, please, wherever she is, may God bless her and NEMA and the organization of Nigeria in diaspora, because Madam Abike Dabiri is a mother. She has been taking care of us. As we arrived, there was some relief, and she is the one even trying to assist us to let us relate and acclimate with the environment we left 2 years ago. Because of the trauma and the PTSD is in our body, they have been giving us assurance that they are going to make sure they will reintegrate into the country again. And she has been assisting us, encouraging us. She was the first person that after we were received at the airport by the Search and Rescue organization and their DG, whose name I cannot remember now. She has held a meeting with us.
Sorry to interrupt you. Just quickly, the company that employed you, sorry to interrupt, the company that employed you, are they still here in Nigeria? Are you aware?
They are here in Nigeria. The owner and our boss, they are here in Nigeria. Okay. In the I gave the address. I have given it before on the
We have to go. Unfortunately, we run out of time. But thank you very much, Igorigo. We're going to be following up on this story, because we need to find a part 2 of this. Part 2 meaning what has happened.
Can I say one thing? Can I say one thing?
Yes. 10 seconds. Can I say one thing? 10 seconds, please.
What we are advocating for is the payment of our salary. This media and explanation will be fruitless if we don't get our salary that we work for.
Point taken. Thank you very much. We're speaking with Mr. Igorigo Freeborn, who is one of the returnees from Central African Republic, and the story went viral, and we're happy that the chairman of the Nigerian Diaspora Commission are on top of this, and I hear that others are also trying to see what they can do to bring them back into society and hopefully get their salaries paid as soon as possible. We'll follow up on this story and have a part 2 very soon to see what's happening to the company, because there has to be some kind of proper questions asked and answers to be given to the Nigerian government on how our citizens are treated outside the shores of our country. That's all we can take on the show. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.